The icy blue planet of Loran, home to the Loran outpost, sat at the edge of the galaxy, a beacon of resistance against the relentless Varun forces. Commander Nara stood on the observation deck, her sharp eyes scanning the vast expanse of space. She had felt a disquieting presence for days, a looming shadow creeping closer. The outpost's formidable defenses, honed through years of preparation, seemed suddenly inadequate against the encroaching darkness. "Commander, we've detected multiple unidentified vessels approaching," Lieutenant Kyle reported, his voice tinged with urgency. Nara's heart sank. She had hoped for more time, activate the defense grid and prepare all units for immediate combat. The Varun forces, notorious for their ruthlessness, were a scourge upon the galaxy. They moved with a singular purpose, annihilating anything in their path. As the alarms blared and the outpost's defenses sprang to life, Nara knew they faced a dire battle. The attack came swiftly, a relentless onslaught of energy blasts and boarding parties. The Varun ships, sleek and deadly, cut through the Loran defenses with alarming ease. Despite the outpost's formidable defenses, they were quickly overwhelmed. Nara fought valiantly alongside her troops, her tactical mind racing to adapt to the Varun strategies. "Commander, we can't hold them much longer," a soldier shouted over the din of battle. Nara clenched her jaw, determination etched into her features. The message was short and desperate, a plea for assistance that she could only hope would reach someone, anyone, capable of providing aid. As she watched her people fall around her, she felt a pang of helplessness. The Varun forces were merciless, their assault relentless. Just as the outpost's defenses were on the brink of collapse, the distress signal reached the human starship Artemis, captained by the seasoned and resolute Captain Carter. Captain James Carter stood on the bridge of the Artemis, his gaze fixed on the star-studded void. The ship hummed with activity, the crew maintaining their stations with practiced efficiency. At his side was Lieutenant Sarah Jones, his trusted second in command, known for her keen tactical mind and unyielding loyalty. "Captain, we're picking up a distress signal," Jones announced, her brow furrowing as she analyzed the incoming transmission. "Origin?" Carter asked, his attention snapping to her. "Loran outpost," she replied. "They're under heavy attack by Varun forces." Carter's jaw tightened. The Varun were a menace, their brutality unmatched. The Artemis surged forward, its engines roaring to life as it raced to the aid of the beleaguered outpost. As they approached, the scene that greeted them was one of devastation. The Loran defenses were in shambles, and the Varun ships swarmed like a pack of wolves. "Prepare the medical teams and get our fighters ready," Carter ordered. "We're going in hot." The Artemis plunged into the fray, its weaponry blazing as it tore through the Varun ranks. The arrival of the human starship gave the Lorans a much-needed respite, allowing them to regroup and fight back with renewed vigor. On the ground, Commander Nara watched in awe as the Artemis unleashed its fury upon the Varun. She had never seen such a formidable display of power. The tide of battle began to turn, the Varun forces faltering under the combined might of the Lorans and the humans. As the last of the Varun ships were driven off, Carter and Jones made their way to the surface. They found Nara among the wreckage, her face streaked with dirt and blood, but her eyes burning with determination. "Commander Nara," Carter greeted her, extending a hand. Nara clasped his hand firmly. "Your timing couldn't have been better, Captain." "We're not done yet," Carter replied. "Let's get your people to safety, and then we'll talk about how to deal with these Varun once and for all." As the medical teams from the Artemis tended to the wounded and the remaining defenses were shored up, a sense of camaraderie began to blossom between the humans and the Lorans. It was the beginning of an alliance, born of necessity, but one that would soon grow into something far greater. In the days following the battle, the Loran outpost buzzed with activity. Medical teams from the Artemis worked tirelessly alongside Loran healers, treating the wounded and repairing the damage inflicted by the Varun assault. Dr. Ava Torres, the chief medical officer of the Artemis, took charge of the joint medical efforts, her expertise and compassionate nature quickly earning the respect of the Lorans. "These injuries are severe, but we're making progress," Dr. Torres said, her voice calm and reassuring. "Your healers are remarkably skilled." "Thank you, Doctor," replied Layara, a senior Loran healer. "We are grateful for your assistance. Our people have suffered greatly, but together we can heal." As the medical efforts continued, Captain Carter and Commander Nara convened a series of strategic meetings to assess the situation and plan their next steps. The Artemis crew and Loran officers gathered in the outpost's central command room, a mix of human and Loran faces filled with determination. "We need to strengthen our defenses and prepare for the possibility of another Varun attack," Nara stated, her tone resolute. "But we can't do it alone." Carter nodded in agreement. "The Varun are a threat to all of us. We need to form a united front, an alliance that can stand against them." Discussions were intense, but gradually, a plan began to take shape. The humans shared their advanced technology and tactical knowledge, while the Lorans offered their deep understanding of the Varun and their unique abilities. As they worked together, trust and respect grew, bridging the gap between their cultures. Lieutenant Jones played a crucial role in this process, her diplomatic skills helping to smooth over any misunderstandings and foster cooperation. "We may come from different worlds, but we share a common goal," she said during one meeting. "If we stand together, we can protect our homes and our people." Amidst the strategic planning and medical efforts, cultural exchanges blossomed. The humans and Lorans shared stories of their worlds, their histories, and their traditions. Bonds of friendship began to form, creating a foundation of unity and mutual respect. One evening, as the sun set over the icy landscape of Loran, Carter, and Nara, stood outside the command center, watching the horizon. "Thank you for coming to our aid," Nara said, her voice sincere. "I didn't know what to expect when I sent that distress signal, but you've given us hope." Carter smiled, his eyes reflecting the twilight. "We're all in this together, Nara. The Varun are a threat to everyone in this galaxy, but together we can stop them." Nara nodded, a sense of determination and hope filling her heart. Together, while the alliance between the humans and Loran strengthened, the Varun forces regrouped, their dark presence a constant shadow over the galaxy. The Varuns were a ruthless species, driven by a desire for domination and control. Their origins were shrouded in mystery, their motives often incomprehensible to those they sought to conquer. In a dimly lit war room aboard the Varun flagship, High Commander Zarek reviewed the recent battle reports. His cold, calculating eyes scanned the data, a deep frown etched on his face. "How could they have resisted?" Zarek snarled, his voice a low growl. "High Commander," one of his officers responded cautiously. The humans intervened. Their ship, the Artemis, was a formidable adversary. Zarek's eyes narrowed. "Humans. They are more resilient than we anticipated. We must crush this alliance before it grows any stronger." The Varun forces were coordinated by a central command unit, a sophisticated network that allowed them to execute their strategies with precision and efficiency. This unit was the heart of their operations, and its protection was paramount. Back at the Loran outpost, intelligence reports indicated increased Varun activity. Reconnaissance missions were launched to gather more information about the Varun fleet and their movements. It was during one of these missions that a crucial discovery was made. A small team of Loran and human scouts, led by Lieutenant Jones, ventured deep into Varun-controlled space. They navigated through treacherous asteroid fields and avoided detection by Varun patrols, their mission fraught with danger. "Keep your eyes open and stay sharp," Jones whispered, her voice barely audible over the comms. "We need to find out what they're planning." As they approached a Varun outpost, they intercepted a series of encrypted communications. Jones and her team worked quickly to decode the messages, uncovering a startling revelation. "Varun Central Command Unit located," Jones read aloud, her eyes widening. "This is it. This is their nerve center." The team carefully extracted the data and made their way back to the Loran outpost. The information they carried a potential game changer. Upon their return, Jones presented their findings to Carter, Nara, and the rest of the Alliance leadership. "The Varun fleet is coordinated by this central command unit," Jones explained. "If we can disable it, we can cripple their entire operation." The room buzzed with excitement and anticipation. The discovery of the Central Command Unit presented a unique opportunity to strike a decisive blow against the Varun. "This could change everything," Nara said, her eyes alight with determination. "We need to develop a plan to infiltrate and disable that unit." Carter nodded in agreement. "We'll need our best people on this mission. It's going to be dangerous, but if we succeed, we can turn the tide of this war." As the Alliance began to formulate their plan, the stakes grew higher. The Varun threat loomed large, but now, for the first time, they had a chance to strike at the heart of their enemy. The discovery of the Varun Central Command Unit set the stage for a high-stakes operation. The Alliance leadership convened in the Loran Outpost's war room, a sense of urgency and determination palpable in the air. Holographic displays projected detailed schematics of the Varun facility, illuminating the room with a cold blue light. "Disabling this command unit will disrupt the entire Varun fleet," Carter began, his voice steady and authoritative. "But it's heavily guarded and fortified. This won't be easy." Nara stood beside him, her eyes fixed on the schematics. "We'll need a small, highly skilled team to infiltrate the facility. Stealth will be our best weapon." Lieutenant Jones, always quick to rise to a challenge, volunteered to lead the mission. "I've studied the Varun tactics and defenses. We can do this, but we'll need precise planning and execution." Dr. Torres, who had grown close to many of the Alliance members during the recovery efforts, voiced her concerns. "This mission is incredibly dangerous. The Varun won't hesitate to kill any intruders. We need to be prepared for the worst." Despite the risks, the plan began to take shape. The team would consist of both human and Loran operatives, each chosen for their unique skills and expertise. Advanced technology and weaponry from the Artemis would be used, alongside Loran cloaking devices that could help them evade detection. "Timing will be crucial," Jones emphasized. "We'll coordinate our infiltration with a diversionary attack by our fleet. While the Varun are distracted, we'll slip in and disable the command unit." Carter nodded, approving the plan. "We'll need to be in constant communication. Any sign of trouble, and we abort. The safety of our people is paramount." As the team prepared for the mission, the Alliance worked tirelessly to gather all available intelligence and resources. Training sessions were conducted, honing the skills of the operatives and ensuring they were ready for the challenges ahead. One evening, as the team gathered for a final briefing, Nara addressed them, her voice filled with pride and determination. "You are the best of us, chosen for this mission because of your bravery and skill. The fate of our Alliance, and possibly the galaxy, rests on your shoulders. Remember, we stand with you and we believe in you." The team members, a mix of seasoned warriors and skilled tacticians, exchanged solemn nods. They understood the gravity of their task and the potential impact of their success or failure. As the day of the mission approached, tensions ran high. The Allied fleet prepared for the diversionary attack, their ships poised for battle. On board the Artemis, Carter and Jones shared a quiet moment, reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this point. "We've come a long way," Carter said, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and concern. "Whatever happens, I'm proud of what we've accomplished together." Jones smiled, her resolve unwavering. With the final preparations complete, the infiltration team boarded a stealth shuttle, their hearts steeled for the mission ahead. As they launched into the void, the Allied fleet moved into position, ready to create the diversion that would give the team their chance. The success of the mission hinged on their ability to disable the Varun Central Command Unit. But more than that, it represented a beacon of hope for a galaxy teetering on the brink of darkness. Together, humans and Lorans faced the greatest challenge of their lives, united by a common goal and an unbreakable bond. The victory at the Varun Command Facility sent shockwaves through the galaxy. News of the successful operation spread rapidly, inspiring hope and rallying support for the Alliance. The humans and Lorans, once strangers, now stood united in purpose and determination. At the Loran outpost, the war room was abuzz with activity. Representatives from various species, drawn by the Alliance's success, arrived to pledge their support. The coalition was growing, its strength bolstered by new allies and resources. Commander Nara and Captain Carter, now co-leaders of the coalition, worked tirelessly to coordinate efforts and integrate the new arrivals. The challenges were immense, but so were the rewards. "We've come a long way, but there's still much to be done," Nara said during a strategic meeting. "The Varun are weakened, but they're not defeated. We must press our advantage and continue to build our forces." Among the new allies were the Drakari, a reptilian species known for their formidable warriors, and the Trilaxians, a highly intelligent race with advanced technology and strategic acumen. Each brought unique strengths to the coalition, enhancing their ability to wage war and defend their territories. The coalition's leadership worked to create a cohesive command structure, ensuring that each species' contributions were maximized. Cultural exchanges and joint training exercises helped to build trust and camaraderie, further solidifying the alliance. Lieutenant Jones took a leading role in these efforts, her diplomatic skills invaluable in bridging the gaps between different species. "We may have our differences, but our goal is the same," she emphasized during a council meeting. "Together, we are stronger." As the coalition grew, so did their strategic ambitions. Intelligence reports indicated that the Varun capital, Varun Prime, was heavily fortified but vulnerable. A decisive strike could cripple the Varun leadership and bring an end to their reign of terror. "We must prepare for the assault on Varun Prime," Carter declared. "This will be our most challenging operation yet, but if we succeed, we can bring peace to the galaxy." The coalition began to mobilize, gathering their fleets and preparing for the grand offensive. Training sessions intensified with joint operations and simulations designed to ensure that the diverse forces could operate seamlessly together. Dr. Torres, meanwhile, led the medical corps, preparing for the inevitable casualties and ensuring that their forces were as healthy and resilient as possible. "Our people are our greatest asset," she reminded the coalition leaders. "We must take care of them, both on and off the battlefield." As the day of the assault approached, the coalition's leaders addressed their assembled forces. Standing before a vast crowd of soldiers, pilots, and support personnel, Nara and Carter delivered a stirring speech. "This is our moment," Nara began, her voice carrying across the assembly. "We fight not just for ourselves, but for the future of our galaxy. The Varun have brought only destruction and suffering. Together, we will end their tyranny." Carter stepped forward, his gaze sweeping over the crowd. "We are united by a common cause. We are stronger together than we ever could be apart. Today, we take the fight to the Varun, for our homes, for our families, for our future." The assembled forces erupted in cheers, their resolve strengthened by the words of their leaders. As they prepared for the final assault, a sense of unity and purpose permeated the coalition. They knew the risks were great, but so were the stakes. With their plans in place and their spirits high, the coalition launched their offensive, determined to bring an end to the Varun threat once and for all. The galaxy held its breath, watching as the forces of hope and unity moved to confront the darkness that had long plagued their worlds. The fleet moved with purpose, a massive armada of ships from various species, united under a common banner. Varun Prime, the heart of the Varun Empire, loomed ahead, its defenses formidable, and its skies swarming with enemy fighters. The final battle had begun. On the bridge of the Artemis, Captain Carter stood with Lieutenant Jones and Commander Nara, their faces set with determination. The assault plan was complex, requiring precise coordination and unwavering resolve. "All ships, this is Artemis," Carter's voice echoed through the comms. "Commence the assault. Let's bring an end to this war." The coalition forces surged forward, engaging the Varun defenses in a ferocious battle. The sky above Varun Prime was a chaotic mix of energy blasts and explosions, the sheer scale of the conflict staggering. "Shields holding, but we can't take much more of this," Jones reported, her fingers flying over the controls. "We need to punch through their defenses." "Focus fire on the primary defense grid," Carter ordered. As the Allied fleet concentrated their firepower, a section of the Varun defenses began to crumble. Seizing the opportunity, dropships filled with coalition troops descended towards the planet's surface, their mission to infiltrate and destroy the Varun Central Command Complex. On the ground, the battle was equally intense. Coalition soldiers, a mix of humans, Lorans, Drakari, and Trelaxians, fought side by side against the relentless Voran forces. The terrain was harsh and unforgiving, the air thick with the sounds of combat. Leading the charge was Commander Nara, her presence a beacon of courage and strength. "Keep moving! We must reach the command complex," she urged, her voice steady even amidst the chaos. Lieutenant Jones, part of the ground assault team, moved with agility and precision, her tactical acumen guiding her every step. "We need to take out those turrets. Cover me," she called out, leading a squad to neutralize key defensive positions. As the coalition forces pressed forward, they encountered fierce resistance. The Varan defenders were relentless, their advanced technology and combat prowess posing a significant challenge. But the determination and unity of the coalition proved to be a formidable counter. In the skies above, the Allied fleet continued to engage the Varan fighters, providing crucial air support for the ground assault. Captain Carter coordinated the efforts, his strategic mind orchestrating the battle like a maestro conducting a symphony. "Stay on target. We can't let them reinforce their ground troops," Carter commanded, his focus unwavering. The battle raged on, each side giving no quarter. Slowly but surely, the coalition forces pushed closer to the central command complex. The Varun, realizing the threat to their leadership, intensified their efforts to repel the invaders. "We're almost there," Nara shouted, her voice filled with determination. "Just a little further?" With a final concentrated push, the coalition forces breached the outer defenses of the command complex. The structure loomed before them, a stark contrast to the devastation surrounding it. Inside, the Varun command struggled to maintain control. High Commander Zarak, the mastermind behind the Varan war efforts, watched the monitors with growing frustration and anger. "How could this happen?" Zarak snarled. But the coalition forces were unstoppable. Fighting their way through the complex, they encountered fierce resistance but pressed on, their resolve unbroken. Reaching the central control room, Nara and Jones led the final assault. The room was a hive of activity, Varan operators desperately trying to maintain control. "Secure the area," Nara ordered, her troops fanning out to neutralize the remaining Varun defenders. As the last of the Varun resistance fell, Nara approached the main control console, her eyes fixed on the central command unit. "This is it," she said, her voice filled with a mix of triumph and relief. Together with Jones, they initiated the sequence to disable the command unit. The complex shook as the systems began to shut down, the Varun command structure collapsing. In the skies above, the Varun fleet faltered, their coordination shattered. The Allied forces seized the advantage, pressing their attack and driving the Varun into full retreat. As the command complex fell silent, Nara and Jones exchanged a look of victory. "We've done it," Jones said, a triumphant smile spreading across her face. "Varun Prime is ours?" The fall of Varun Prime marked a turning point in the war. With their central command destroyed, the Varan forces scattered, their ability to wage war crippled. The coalition's victory was celebrated across the galaxy, a beacon of hope and unity shining brightly amidst the darkness. The victory at Varun Prime resonated throughout the galaxy, a monumental triumph that signaled the end of the Varun threat. As the dust settled, the coalition turned its attention to the task of rebuilding and stabilizing the war-torn regions. At the Loran outpost, now a symbol of resilience and unity, coalition leaders gathered to discuss the future. Commander Nara and Captain Carter stood side by side, their bond forged through battle and shared purpose. "We've achieved something incredible," Nara began, her voice filled with pride. "But our work is far from over. We must ensure that peace and stability are maintained." Carter nodded in agreement. "We have an opportunity to build a better future, one where different species can coexist and thrive together, but it will take effort and dedication from all of us." The coalition established a council to oversee the reconstruction and governance of the liberated territories. Representatives from each allied species took their place, ensuring that all voices were heard and respected. Dr. Torres, who had become a beloved figure among the coalition, led a massive medical initiative to aid the wounded and rebuild healthcare systems. Her efforts were tireless, her compassion a guiding light in the healing process. "We have the chance to create a healthier, more prosperous galaxy," Torres said during a council meeting. "Let's use our knowledge and resources to help those in need and prevent future conflicts." The technological advancements developed during the war were repurposed for peaceful exploration and development. The Trilaxians, with their advanced engineering skills, played a crucial role in this transformation, their innovations leading to new opportunities for growth and discovery. Commander Nara, now serving as the Loran ambassador, traveled extensively, promoting unity and cooperation among the galaxy's species. Her speeches and diplomatic efforts inspired many, her vision of a united galaxy gaining widespread support. "We are stronger together," Nara often said. "The bonds we have formed in the crucible of war can now be used to build a lasting peace." The Allied fleet, once focused solely on warfare, shifted its mission to humanitarian aid and peacekeeping. They patrolled the galaxy, ensuring that stability was maintained and providing assistance to those in need. Captain Carter, a seasoned leader who had seen the horrors of war, embraced this new role with dedication. "Our duty now is to protect and nurture the peace we fought so hard to achieve," he told his crew. "Let's make sure that the sacrifices made were not in vain." As the galaxy began to heal, stories of heroism and resilience emerged. The Coalition's victory became a legend, a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of those who fought for a better future. The galaxy entered a new era of rebuilding and renewal, the scars of war gradually healing as the Coalition's efforts bore fruit. The once ravaged planets began to flourish, their landscapes transformed by the tireless work of the allied species. Commander Nara, in her role as ambassador, continued to champion the cause of unity. Her diplomatic missions took her to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, where she met with leaders and citizens alike, spreading the message of cooperation and mutual respect. "Unity is our greatest strength," Nara said during a speech on a newly rebuilt planet. "Together, we can overcome any challenge and create a future where all species can thrive." Dr. Torres's medical initiative expanded, with new hospitals and clinics established in previously underserved regions. Her dedication to improving healthcare and addressing the needs of the most vulnerable was unwavering. "We must never forget the lessons of the past," Torres reminded her colleagues. "By taking care of one another, we ensure that peace and prosperity are shared by all." Technological advancements continued to drive progress, with the Trilaxians leading the charge. Their innovations in energy, transportation, and communication revolutionized daily life, making the galaxy more interconnected and efficient. Exploration missions, once sidelined by the demands of war, resumed with renewed vigor. The Coalition's starships ventured into uncharted territories, discovering new planets and forging new alliances. These missions were not only about expansion, but also about learning and understanding the diverse cultures that inhabited the galaxy. Captain Carter, now a respected elder statesman, oversaw these exploration efforts. His experience and wisdom guided the new generation of explorers, instilling in them the values of curiosity and respect for all life. "The galaxy is vast and full of wonders," Carter told a group of young cadets. "It's our duty to explore it with an open mind and a respectful heart." As the Coalition continued to grow and evolve, the sense of unity and purpose that had driven them to victory remained strong. The galaxy was no longer a place of fear and division, but one of hope and possibility. Years passed, and the galaxy flourished under the Coalition's guidance. The memory of the Varan War faded, replaced by stories of unity, resilience, and the boundless potential of a galaxy united. Commander Nara, now a revered elder, reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. She had seen the darkest days and the brightest triumphs, and through it all, she had remained steadfast in her belief in the power of unity. As she stood on the observation deck of a Coalition starship, watching a new generation of explorers embark on their missions, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. "We have come so far," she said softly, her eyes filled with pride. Dr. Torres, her tireless work continuing to make a difference, stood beside her. "The galaxy is a better place because of what we've accomplished together," she said, "and our future is bright." Captain Carter, now retired but still a guiding force, joined them. "We've built something truly remarkable," he said, "a legacy of peace and cooperation that will endure for generations." As the starship sailed into the vastness of space, the Coalition's leaders knew that their work was far from over. There would always be new challenges and new opportunities, but they faced them with confidence and unity. The galaxy, once a battleground, had become a place of hope and possibility, and as the Coalition continued to explore, discover, and grow, they carried with them the lessons of the past and the promise of a brighter future. In the end, it was the strength of their unity and the resilience of their spirits that had transformed the galaxy, and it was this unity that would continue to guide them, ensuring that the light of hope and cooperation would shine brightly for all to see,